Hi, I'm Sarah Gonzales, founder of RS Gonzales Marketing. And today I want to talk to you about commercial HVAC marketing because honestly, this is where I see more confusion, wasted money, and frustration than almost anywhere else in the HVAC industry. If you're a commercial HVAC contractor and you've ever thought marketing doesn't really work for our kind of business, or we've tried SEO, ads, or a website and didn't see much return, I want you to hear this clearly. It's probably not because marketing doesn't work. It's because most marketing agencies treat commercial HVAC the same way they treat residential HVAC, and they're completely different businesses. Residential HVAC is usually urgent. Someone's AC breaks, their furnace goes out, and they Google. They call the first company that looks credible and available. But we know commercial HVAC doesn't work that way. You have longer sales cycles, higher dollar projects, more decision makers to convince, and more risk for your end user. That means much higher expectations. Your customers aren't just buying a repair, they're choosing a long-term partner, a partner who keeps their buildings comfortable, their employees productive, their customers safe, and their equipment protected. If you're working with restaurants, convenience stores, schools, property managers, or general contractors, the stakes are high. That's why trust, authority, and credibility matter far more than speed. And your marketing has to reflect that. Let's talk about why most commercial HVAC marketing fails. Where things usually go wrong is that most agencies try to force commercial HVAC into a residential marketing playbook. Let me give you 3 examples. Google local service ads. LSAs work incredibly well for residential HVAC, but for commercial HVAC, they can be a money pit. That's because Google doesn't distinguish well between residential and HVAC and commercial HVAC intent when it comes to local services ads. So you end up paying for residential AC repair leads, homeowners who can't afford your pricing, and calls that clog your phone lines and waste your team's time. Another issue, there's no trust before the call. Commercial buyers don't usually call the first website they see. They research, they compare, they look for proof. If your website is thin, if you don't show any real projects or case studies, and if you don't show your credentials, you lose those conversations even before they start. The third problem I see is that a lot of digital marketing doesn't have any sales enablement. Commercial HVAC marketing can't stop at getting the lead. Your owner, your sales team, your estimators, they need tools like professional proposals, credible presentations, leave behind materials like brochures, and a clear story about why you. Most agencies never touch this part, and that's a huge miss. So let's talk about what actually does work when it comes to commercial HVAC marketing. At RS Gonzales, we use the same channels as we do for our residential HVAC partners, but we use them very differently. First, let's talk about the website. For commercial HVAC, your website is not a brochure, it's a credibility engine. That means you need detailed project pages, real case studies, equipment and system expertise, proof of your licensing, bonding, and insurance, and a premium professional look, not too cartoony or gimmicky. Your website should make someone think these people really know what they're doing. Second, SEO actually does work for commercial HVAC contractors, but only when it's done right. We focus on keywords with high commercial intent, like rooftop units, commercial refrigeration, VRF systems, chillers, and zoning systems. These aren't high volume keywords, but they're high value to you. Third, Google Ads does work, but it must be tightly filtered. Pay-per-click ads can work, but only with extremely tight keyword targeting, clear intent filtering, and landing pages that repel residential traffic. Volume matters much less than fit. Fourth, LinkedIn actually really works and should be your top social media channel, especially for the owner. It's huge and underused. We focus on company LinkedIn pages, building the owner's personal brand, and high authority content and case studies. That builds what Google calls EAT: experience, expertise, authority, and trust. This helps SEO and it helps with conversion. Let's talk about one particular success story we've had. Northern Wolves is a commercial HVAC contractor in Brooklyn. When they came to us, they were doing about $10 million a year. All of their work came from general contractors, and their website was a single page. Digital marketing hadn't been a priority in the past until they realized it was limiting their growth. Over a year, we helped them build a high authority website with over 100 pages of content showcasing real commercial projects and their past customers. Their domain rating improved from a 1 to a 25, putting them in the top 5% of all contractors in the greater New York area. They helped build credibility with larger buyers, positioned the owner as an expert and voice, and strengthened LinkedIn and SEO together. The result? Within a year, they'd gone from $10 million to $15 million. They were able to win larger and more desirable projects, and they were talking about expanding and setting up another office in Florida. That's what happens when marketing supports the entire commercial sales cycle, not just lead volume. But this approach isn't for everyone, so let's talk about what type of commercial HVAC contractors are most successful with digital marketing. It's a great fit if you sell high value, complex services, you care about your long-term growth and reputation, and you want diversified lead sources. But it's probably not a great fit if you want quick residential style leads, you don't believe your website matters, and you're not clear on who your ideal commercial customer is. Commercial HVAC marketing really works, but only when it's built for reality. If you're a commercial HVAC contractor and any of this resonated, we just published a full breakdown on how we approach commercial HVAC marketing differently. You can check out the page and see what works, what we avoid, and how we help companies scale responsibly. And if you want, you can book a no-pressure strategy session with me. We'll look at where your marketing is helping, where it's holding you back, and whether it makes sense to work together. No pitch, just clarity. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.